Hello, toy friends. Welcome back. It's me, Will, and this is the 1A team. And I think we're having a more of a Halloween themed show today. So I thought it'd be appropriate to wear costumes. So I am wearing a costume of a middle-aged toy nerd, and my guest, as always, Jim Largo, um, is dressed up as GOJITRON.
Greetings from
Jim.
Guatemala.
Great costume, man. You nailed it. I mean, you look just like the guy.
I did my best, yeah. A lot of prosthetics, a lot of makeup.
Just fantastic. Actually, Jim couldn't make it today. I hope he's doing well. He had some issue with his phone, and he's having some internet problems, I think. Eduardo's did Mischief Night one day too early there. But so we have GOJITRON here. And if you know the show, you know I talk about it. If you're not watching GOJITRON, you're wrong. And here he is.
You really are.
This is the Goji-thon weekend. GOJITRON, you had a nice show with Epic Badger this morning.
I did. Talked about some movie monsters, something I know nothing about.
Yep. And after this show, tomorrow night, you're going to be on Beasties and Baddies with Jim Largo. But that's a pre-recorded show.
That is a pre-record, so hopefully that will go off with no issues. And we're going to talk about the history of Marvel horror characters. So a little comic
very
book
awesome.
talk.
Excellent. And tomorrow is, before we go to the chat and just say hi to everyone, just a subject that I know you'll have some input on because you're from the Northeast. And it seems like this event was something that happened. So did you guys have a version of Mischief Night, or where I'm from, we called it Cabbage Night? That's the night before Halloween where you went out and wreaked havoc on your neighborhood.
I have never heard of that. No.
Really?
It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. There is something like that around. But when I was a kid, no, we didn't have that.
So
just a regular old boring trick or treat.
And something that, now I'm in Florida, something they do down here is they observe Halloween whenever it's convenient. So it's usually like the weekend before. And no one really does trick-or-treating on Halloween. Like, it just doesn't happen down here. It's been something I had to adjust to. Up north, it usually would just, whatever day Halloween was, they even have like a Halloween parade. You could bring your costume and change into it at lunch, and you walk around the school and you have a Halloween parade. And the biggest trick was when you were walking home from school, you brought last year's mask. You went and you rang doorbells as you went on home, putting all the candy in your backpack, go home, put on your new costume, go back to the houses with the really good stuff and double dip. That was what we would do. So for my entire childhood, the night before Halloween was Mischief Night. And, we used to arm ourselves with flour socks, toilet paper, soap, shaving cream, and go out there and just, spray each other and spray, eggs. We would egg each other. It was really a gnarly night. It was really a lot of fun.
What a bunch of punks.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Punks.
It was a lot of fun. All the neighborhood kids would do it, and we just have a blast. Our target every year was our school, the local school. And there was a janitor that would walk around and, the rumor was if he caught you, he'd beat you with his huge mag light flashlight, but we never got caught or beaten. But there was always a lot of like myths and urban legends surrounding it that, there were kids out there that would throw hard-boiled eggs or fill their flour sock with rocks and really give you a beating. But none of those real bad things ever happened. I think the worst thing that ever happened was, we would hide in leaf piles on the sides of the road, and you'd always get yelled at because you could get run over and crushed because supposedly some kid did that a long time ago. But I don't know. The fall season was always a lot of fun up north. Down here, it's just always hot and humid, and it's like purgatory. You can't tell what season it is if you go outside. So let's say hi to everyone in chat. We've got Scott the first, as always, and a big old schmodulok to Bjorn. World Made of Cardboard's here. Roberto from Roberts Infinite Realms. Epic Badger, I haven't talked to that guy in a long time. Fat Red Foo, hey, how's it going, buddy? He said he'll be in and out. Frontline, what's happening, brother? Outer Multiverse, Brian, how are you? I think that is everyone. Mr. Scuba Pete, how's it going, buddy?
Scuba.
And Boba Hicks and Mr. Axiom. How's it going? We had Beggar's Night on the night before Halloween. The mischief happened here on Halloween. Oh, so you do it on Halloween. Yes, we used to also do it on Halloween too, but you weren't supposed to, so yeah, if you had shaving cream or some eggs, what if, there was some mischief, like if people had their light on, but they weren't giving out candy, an egg might have get tossed at their house afterwards or something.
If you have a light on and no candy, you deserve the egg.
Or that's the rules. How many of you encountered the bowl on a chair on the porch? Take one, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, how long did
everyone always followed that rule?
Yes. Ratface 44, how's it going? Called Devil's Night. Ah, yes, Devil's Night. I've heard of that as well. Death Seeker, how you doing? And just the GOJITRON rules, just for fun. So yeah, so
Thanks,
today
John.
I thought we would just explore some of the. So I know there are a lot of like monster characters in the 1/18 scale that may have been released in the past, but these were ones that are available now that you could go get. So I may have omitted some stuff. So if there is something that you see there, I know GOJITRON, you do have some monster figures, and you probably have some in the 1/18 1/18 scale. So welcome to the 1/18, and ha ha ha, it's the 1/8 scream because it's Halloween and we have to be corny. So the 1/8 scream. So we've got the Mezco 5 Points Tower of Fear. Some of these things we may have seen on other channels like Granted Jim. I know Weird Fantastic covered these. The Mezco 5 Points Nocturnal Tower. Joy Toy, Life After Infected stuff. Eagle Force, Monster Force. It's not exactly monsters, but, well, it's Monster Force. So, yeah. Hiya Toys made a Leatherface that's available right now. Lone Wolf Toys has some nice horror figures. And we've got a couple more things to cover as well. So the first thing we'll cover is this, the Mezco 5 Points Tower of Terror. And this has some of your classic monsters like Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman. There's like a sea creature and a mummy. These are not the universal monsters. They are original kind of copies.
Mezco's analogs of the classic monsters.
Which, this is now $84.99. You get this cardboard and plastic kind of display. And if anyone's known, the Mezco's done the Batman, they've done a Superman, Popeye. They're coming out with a TMNT one and a couple other ones. These are decent, and they're usually a pretty good value. $85, you get, what is that, 5 figures? Are these what would you say these should be? About $15 each?
Probably,
so, yeah. So you're probably doing, what is that, $40, $55, and then another $30 for the cardboard.
Comes with a lot of accessories too.
Yeah, it's a little steep, but if you're really into monsters, it could make a nice display.
This thing has actually been up for pre-order for almost 2 years.
Oh,
because I had it up for pre-order for a while, and then I just lost interest in it and took it off my pre-order list because anybody that deals with Mezco knows how they work. They put something up for pre-order, and it's months, if not years, before it actually comes out.
And
so I think it lost interest in
the release date was like yesterday or something. So I don't know.
Yeah, Big Bad just keeps rolling the release date forward every time it gets to that point.
So it's an 18-inch tall, dilapidated manor. We've got 5 different figures. So front and back are displayable. Lots of nice accessories. You got the staircase, some columns, some weird, wacky sci-fi equipment, and sarcophagus. Not bad. I mean, the thing is, okay, so I did get the box contents. So you get the transformed bat piece, the brick and chain, and we'll see these. I have some close-ups of these, but the mummy comes with the most stuff: a necklace, scroll, snake, 2 ancient jars. Sea creature comes with a creature skull and 2 seaweed accessories.
Yeah.
And werewolf comes with a skull and 2 bones. And then you get the
I like how they
tower,
have the
coffin.
character-specific accessories.
Yeah, that's nice. Sarcophagus, lab table, lab equipment, 4 pillars, and a staircase. What do you think about the design choices on them? Do you think? I think they look decent. I mean, they're definitely not, the familiar ones, but they're pretty
they're
good.
recognizable as the usual monster archetypes without stepping on anyone's copyright. I think that's the point. I kind of like the Dracula with his kind of long hair, mustache, and that gothic look with the overcoat.
He looks good. Frankenstein, they did add a nice little feature there where you could take the head off and see the exposed brain. I like that. Because these are only 5 points of articulation, it is nice that they have a little bit of an extra feature there. I'm not a huge monster collector or anything, but at 1/18 scale, it would be nice to have, well, like Scooby-Doo, you could have a crossover and have G.I. Joe versus versus Frankenstein's monster, or Dracula. But even in these close-up photography here, it looks like the paint apps are real nice on these as well. So yeah, and then you could set him up in his lab. I like the oversized hands. They're a little exaggerated, but they're kind of cool.
And even if you don't like the figures, the diorama is a nice piece to have, and as well as all the accessories. I'm sure you can use those with other figures.
There's your seaweed accessories for the sea creature, which it's funny because that kind of reminds me of. Did you see the Invincible series on Amazon?
Yeah.
Their Aquaman analog was kind of shaped like this guy, like very similar. But he's a prehistoric fish man. And he comes with the skull of what looks like another fish man. So I don't know if they're cannibalistic or not. Yep. So
looks like something out of Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Like one of the deep ones.
Not bad. The werewolf. I kind of like him. He's cool. He's a little hunched over there. He's busting out of his business suit. Beware the full moon. Comes with a couple bone accessories and a skull. Not bad. They really did a good job on the photo. I don't know if this is just great photography, or if these look good. But
kind of gives me a Werewolf by Night vibe. The Marvel character.
And then Dracula has one of the more interesting kind of accessories here, because I guess the head pops off. And I love the sculpt. He does look great. Like, and that costume looks like it's from, like the Civil War era or something. And he's just been, but yeah, you pop his head off and then stick this one on, or this one just goes over his head. I'm not sure how it works, but yeah. And he's got the bat, so he looks kind of cool. And we got the mummy, which comes with a ton of great accessories: the snake, the jars, the scrolls, the necklace. Sculpts look good, but once again, they're just 5 POA figures. Let's see. Has anyone pre-ordered this thing? I don't know. And Jeff Morris stopped by, so hey, how are you? Mullet Dracula. Yeah, he does have a mullet. All right, rat face. Thanks, man. See ya. So, yeah. Paragon. Who's that? Is this a monster?
That's my wheelhouse. That's a Japanese.
Is he like a kaiju or?
Yeah, he's a kaiju. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the people that made Godzilla made a movie called Frankenstein Conquers the World, where they have a kaiju-sized Frankenstein, and he fights another monster called Baragon.
And we got Billy Ray Dracula here. And do they come with the tower? Yeah, it's a whole set. They come with everything in there. And, that's what Mezco does. They do those sets. They're kind of cool. They're not for everyone. I've heard some people, really dislike those. But, is it valid?
Teppidish. Scuba loves his puns.
Hello, how's it going? Uh, and so yeah, it's not bad, but it's
Mhm.
available or it's not available. It
Right.
did say the release was like right now, so that's
I mean,
just what.
compared to Super 7, if they were to do a reaction, they'd be, charging $20 per figure, and these are only 85. You get 5 figures plus the diorama plus the
Yeah,
accessories.
it's
I
not
mean,
bad.
comparatively, it's not a bad deal.
Not too bad. And then the next one is this Rumble Society 5 points Nocturnal Tower playset. So what I'm going to do here, because this has been covered on, like, Grindhead Jim showed it, and I think they showed on Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures last weekend. I went ahead and went to the Mezco website, and they've got a 1/12 scale version of this that they did some nice stop motion with, and it kind of tells the story a little bit. So we're going to play that
Mhm.
video. I'm going to just see how it goes. I think it's okay to play the video, but we'll see. Let me share my screen. Let me know if you can see that. Can you see it?
I can see it.
Okay. Well, let's check this out. It's about a minute long.
Mhm.
Investigating rumors of a giant mummified monster, ace reporter Pepper Pressstopper finds herself yet again in harm's way. The giant beast closes in, gore dripping from his fanged maw. The remains of Pepper's photographer, Ollie Jimson.
Damn, I lose more good shutterbugs that way. Come on, you big lug. I ain't afraid of ya. Holy moly, what the
Tune in next time for the epic conclusion of Doc Nocturnal and the Mummies from Hell.
So that was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, he's
I
kind of
thought,
like an old pulp style hero.
so yeah, one thing I will say, just right off the bat, a critique I have of them is this is part of the Rumble Society, but like there's
Mhm.
no like just main landing page when you go to their website explaining what the Rumble Society is or what any of the characters are. They're just like kind of this thing, but that's
Yeah.
just the impression I get. I tried to look around and find out the backstory on this guy because like the set just kind of popped up and it was just like people were like, "It looks cool." I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
As far as I know, Rumble Society is just a name they give their own original characters that
yeah,
Mezco
so
creates.
they created this character, and it's like an homage to. I don't know if it's based on an actual old serial, 1930s or 40s serial character or
Yeah,
something
it
like
kind of
that.
takes a little bit from here and there, like maybe the Shadow or Mr. Monster was one from comics, things like that.
Yeah. But if I were them, I'd play that video all over the place. It looks like they did a really great job on it.
Mhm.
And, it made me want visually. I saw the character, I saw the car, I saw the castle, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of in on this. It's a little more expensive than the last one we saw, but I really like it visually. I didn't know
Mhm.
anything about it. Now I kind of like it more. So yeah, Doc Nocturnal. Looks like he has a frog butler named Woodford. There are these enemies called the Decapod Gang, which are like this like lobster or like Zoidberg looking mobsters. I don't know.
Mhm.
I like it. It's a little wacky, and that
Yep.
car is just
Yeah, the
it's
vehicle's cool.
it's really cool. So I like that. Yeah, Jeff, they did do a great job with that promotional video. Um, I always join the Rumble Society after eating. Oh my god.
Too much
Uh,
information.
Scuba Pete. So this thing's called the Land Reaper.
Mhm.
Features rotating wheels, a battering ram that springs out the front. So this like gives me a lot of like not only nostalgic vibes from like, you know, the serial era, but like the 90s had all these great vehicles where they
Yeah.
all had these like action features.
Mhm.
So yeah, it has a winch that turns with rope. Doc Nocturnal himself can sit inside, and pretty cool. Definitely
Mhm.
reminds me of something that would have came out, you know, back in the
Yep.
90s, man. This would have been something they snatched up. But yeah, fully functioning vehicle. So and it has a secret storage compartment. I'm not really sure where that is on this, but maybe in the back there. I see. It's
Mhm.
kind of hard to tell. But yeah, it looks badass.
Yeah.
Here's the Decapod gang.
These guys are cool.
These are, yeah, they just old school gangsters. And here's they're approaching the tower. So yeah, it just says that he's like he hunts down creatures, and you know, has a utility belt. Woodford, his butler, who's a frog. I like it. I like everything about it. Very cool. Now, instead of doing just like the Turtles figures, instead of doing added articulation, they keep it to 5 points, but they give you extra sets of hands and arms for different
Mhm.
poses. That's kind of like how 21st Century Toys did their Ultimate Soldier line
Yep.
back in the late 90s, early 2000s, where they would give you like you know, a set of hands that did that. Woodford gets a gun and and a little serving tray with some
Frog is
brandy in
packing.
it. Yeah, so uh you know, I like it. I think it's
Yeah.
kind of cool. It's a little expensive.
Mhm.
Maybe not something on the top of my list, but definitely a character I'd enjoy. I would love it if they would do more comics or even just web pages with illustrations and some written, you know, stuff for this.
Yep.
Because I'm interested in it. I think I could get into that. There's this necro chamber with removable double-sided insert. I don't know if that's what he uses to power himself up, or if that's like where he puts, like he's like a ghostbuster where he like contains the creatures he catches. I don't
Mhm.
really know. So
It's up to your imagination.
I guess so, yeah. So I'm not opposed to that. You know, I
Mhm.
like where they just start you with like a prompt and you kind of could take it from there.
Right.
But
Yeah, that's what we did when we were kids, right?
yeah,
Very little
we just kind of,
information, make up the rest yourself.
so it is a two-sided play set. I don't know if that door opens, probably not, but pretty cool.
Mhm.
What do we think of that? Let's check in with the chat. Just see. So you get three figures car in a back cave, and it's all 1/18 scale. Groovy. Three. That's four figures. The frog counts as a figure. He is a
Mhm.
character, and he has a gun. So yeah, Axion. We just played the stop motion commercial for Rumble Society. That was their 112 version. They also had like a red variant that was limited. Has a Ghostbusters feel. Yeah, yeah, not cool. Um, yeah, those easy to lose parts like the extra hands and stuff. Sure, you know.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, it is a bit odd because, like I said, even with the Turtles set, you know, they have like a dozen, you know, extra arms and stuff. But yeah, if they sold just the figure by itself, I'd pick it up for sure. You know,
Yeah, the figure in
like
the car together would
the
be a
figure in
nice
the car
pick
would
up.
be a no brainer. I'd pick that up. Hey, Ken from Toy Connections, 118
Again.
time. Thanks. Yeah, you didn't see the frog at first. That's how they get you. That's how he gets you. You don't see him. He's got the gun. You're done.
Mhm.
So you gotta be careful there. Oh, I think that was the end of that one. So next up, we've got Hiya Toys. So I'm not really a huge fan of horror movies. I've watched them all. Obviously, I know who all the characters are. Um, this Leatherface is based off one of the newer movies, though, right? Not the original.
I would think so, yeah. I'm not a
Yeah.
slasher film fan myself.
Yeah, I don't have much experience with them, but just the look of him looks a little different, or you
Mhm.
know, from
Yeah, it says
the newer
copyright
one.
Legendary Entertainment, so I assume that's a newer production then.
Yeah, so this is $20. Not bad. I saw it over on Big Bad has it. But yeah, you get this 4-inch Leatherface figure. If you need a creepy dude to, you know, I don't know, putting a gas station in your imaginary town. He's kind of cool. He doesn't really do much for me, but I just figured he fit in. Not something I'm looking forward to. I'm not a huge fan of, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or any of that, but I am familiar with the character. So yeah, $20 isn't bad. Hiya makes some pretty good stuff for $20. It's, it's all right. This is a good deal though. This is Joy Toy. When we did the Joy Toy episode, we saw that big guy listed, and he was like $40 by himself. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for $120. So you're getting Joy Toy figures here at less than $20 each. That's a pretty good deal. Don't know if that price is still. I put this together like on Thursday or Friday. So just real quick. Yep. It's from the newer movie from the looks of it. Yeah, it did look like that. So yeah, 120, you get these nice zombie figures. I mean, these could fit in. These are 4-inch figures. They fit in with any scenario. So this is a good deal if you got $120 to drop. So I don't know how long they'll be that way, but I know the alternative is on, I forgot to pull it up too, but on Amazon, there's like this really, it's like a knockoff of a knockoff brand where you can get like 5 zombie figures for like $12, but they're really, really bad.
Sculpting on these is really nice. I like the way they did the denim look also.
Yeah.
A lot of nice detail in these.
Joy Toy is really a premium action figure. And that's what I'm saying. Like normally these are like $30 to $40 a piece, especially this big guy. I wonder if they did. I don't know if the blue, and maybe some of the guys that are more familiar with Joy Toy, if the blue is probably like the contagion that is like spreading the zombie virus in this world, and it's not like
could be
gore, because if it was red, it would look gnarly, But that's pretty good.
Looks like he spit up a blue Slurpee on his shirt.
Yeah. The fat guy from Walking Dead that was stuck in the well. Ugh. That is interesting. Yeah, Bjorn. Big Bad Toy Store. Just if you check out what they have there. I just searched like horror and Halloween, and these are the ones that came up. I just wanted to see. Yeah, you could do the Thriller reenactment. Why do so many of these male zombies have bare midriffs? They are SoCal zombies, I guess. Yeah. And Joy Toy makes a solid toy, though. They're pretty good. But yeah, because they died in the 80s. Yeah, maybe. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Guys, Monster Force, I know it's like military crossed over. And I know that the whole of Monster Force is a 1/12 scale thing, but I really like that they included some 4-inch figures. So correct me if I'm wrong. I think I got all of them. These are all available for pre-order right now. You've got Declan Van Helsing. He is the Monster Force leader. Comes with some alternate hands there, and his blaster. I don't know the complete lore of this, but I do know that they look fantastic. And
I assume he's related to the legendary Van Helsing somehow.
Yeah, yep. That
Descendants.
Those Amazon zombies are all available. At 99-cent stores in Texas. Yeah, those are great for like background fodder if you need them. Army plus Monsters. Anyone else remember Creature Commandos from DC? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. They did a really nice short at the end of one of the last Batman movies where they introduced the Creature Commandos. I'm not sure which movie it was, but I know if you got the special edition, it had like 2 or 3 shorts at the end of the feature-length movie. And those are really nice. I enjoyed almost all of those shorts more than I did the feature. And
it's actually going to be one of James Gunn's first big projects is going to be Creature Commandos.
Oh, I look forward to it because that was really nice. So I had not realized Monster Force was coming in with 4-inch until Chad told me. Yeah. So Monster Force looks amazing. There are some comic pages that they include in the figure pre-order pages when you swipe through the photos. Oh, nice. Okay. Excellent. Yeah. I mean, go on Big Bad. They've got them all there. Also on the Eagle Force website, they have tons of information and stuff that, for supporting that. I think I've got all of them. I know not every character they're releasing in 6 inches coming out in 4-inch, or I could be wrong, but I know that these are. So then you got Lieutenant Griffin, the Eraser, the Invisible Man. I mean,
That's
what
cool.
better assassin would there be than the Invisible Man, right?
Mhm.
The Eraser, perfect. But yeah, he looks pretty good. Loving it. This is the Forgotten King. He is, I think, the enemy leader, right? And
Mhm.
then this is where, so if you're into monster stuff, and then if also you're into like Palatoy, these are like great homages to Palatoy's Action Force. So you've got this guy who is, am I saying that? Apophis Legion? Is that
Mhm.
Apophis? Okay,
Office.
Crimson Moon. Yeah, Crimson Moon Legionnaire. So he's got that wolf head, but then he's also got like this red shadows. And who was that? Black Major, the
I
the
think so.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, from
And Baron Ironblood, the one with the
that's Baron
square helmet.
Ironblood. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. I was gonna get the Jack Burton looking Eagle Force, though. The Morta made a good one too. Yep, they did. I think they both look great. And I think someone else is also making a Jack Burton as well. I think there's like 3 available now. So Axion, Declan Van Helsing, has to release Dracula to combat the Forgotten King, who was released by grave robbers. Now Helsing and General Brown are trying to stop the Forgotten King from world domination. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. And Apophis, straight out of Stargate SG-1. Yeah, that's basically Baron Ironblood with a head swap to Black Major. Nice. Or, oh, you're not even sure. Now you're saying or Apophis. so Baron, yes. So these are really cool. Love them. They're all for pre-order right now. I don't think any of them have been released yet. But once again, you've got Count Iron Moon. He's their commander. He has a wolf head, also the Red Shadows head. Very nice.
Those will make great troops for anyone who ordered the new Robo Skull.
Yeah.
Make
Oh,
nice
yeah. These are going to look great.
Pieces.
And if I missed any, I'm sorry. It's just kind of hard because there was no way to sort the 4-inch on Big Bad's Toy Store. Every time you type in Monster Force, you just get the 6-inch. You have to go Eagle Force, and you have to look through all the listings to find the guys that have like the alternate heads or this little tag on the side that says Monster Force. So that's one thing Big Bad could do better if you're just looking for these. Otherwise, they're just included in the Eagle Force waves. And they're not all in the same wave either. So they're in different waves of figures as well. So pretty cool stuff. I know this Kickstarter is live right now, and it's not exactly monsters, but we've been covering it. But Zica Toys, they teamed up with Don Menart and Invincible Toys, and they're doing a 6-inch line of the Fist action figures. And from what it looks like, they are fighting some kind of orc-like creatures. And then Retros is doing a 4-inch line or a 3 3/4-inch line, O-ring style, is a companion to it. So I like that they're doing kind of both scales and giving us those options. So we have Mad Dog and the Fist Trooper. Then we've got Safe. We've got the Doom Trooper and the Doom Sinner. These are the orc figures, which I just love. I so
these
want
guys look
these.
cool.
I think one of the biggest things missing is, and I know these are military, but like a fantasy kind of
Like
good
a melee
4-inch
weapon?
line. Yeah, like would be nice,
Big axe or something.
Yeah, I think that they'd be pretty cool. I'd be down with those. So yeah, this Kickstarter's live now. There's 6 figures in the line. You could pick those up. And then the Pocket People, which I think are not related to, that's the Hamilton's Invaders and the Mercenary. Those are just good troop builders you could add to any set. And just so you know, if you do want to see what like these, and I brought this up on last week's stream, but if you go to the Zica Toys website, they've got this Eagle Force Retro Riot Commando O-ring figure using their modern design, I think, where they have swivel wrists and poppable heads and stuff. For only $15, they have those for sale. So you could go buy them and kind of get an idea of what these modern kind of O-ring plus figures are going to be like.
I appreciate that Hamilton's Invaders Trooper. That is a really deep cut from an old 60s toy line.
Yeah. I didn't know what they were either. And I think you said it in the chat the last time that I brought it up. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So Eagle Force, yeah, the Riot Trooper. Lone Wolf Toys. So these guys they have their own little website. I follow them on Facebook and Instagram. They do amazing, these are custom figures, but with it being Halloween, I thought we'd talk about it because they posted these a little bit ago. This is obviously Jason, but they also did Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger. And I think they have the Trio of Terror figures. These are, I believe, 3D printed figures, so they're not painted. You do have to do that yourself. But they do have a ton of great stuff. And I mean, the sculpts on these just look fantastic. Here they are rendered. But if you're a big fan of these monster or these horror figures or characters, look no further. I mean, they go pretty deep with some of their cuts too. Like here's Uncle Jesse. I brought him up on a couple streams, but if you're doing Dukes of Hazzard, and then I just took a couple screenshots from their page, and you could see a lot of familiar faces there. You got Rambo, Drago, Apollo Creed, Dutch from Predator. We've got some, I think Santa Claus is even there, Mr. T. I mean, so many great figures. And these heads are compatible with, I think they make two different ones where they have different neck posts. So you got the ball and the post. So if you want to use your own G.I. Joe bodies, you could just do a head swap with these guys in there. Yeah,
good
and they're fantastic value at $5 a piece. You can't beat it. So yeah, go check them out. Lone Wolf Toys. There's a link in the description below. Yeah, these are pretty neat figures. Yeah, I think they are. And Santa. Yeah, if you ever wanted a Santa, good stuff, man. So just a reminder that you got your mech contest. Carl, I think you're working on a mech, aren't you?
I sure am.
All right.
I've got it all painted. I'm just waiting for some stickers to come in, and I can complete my presentation.
Cool. So yeah, anyone out there, if you got one of these mechs, feel free to jazz it up and send me some pics. There's a link in the description, or my email address to send the pictures is in the description. This contest ends November 19th, so that is a Sunday, and then the following Sunday we'll be doing a vote and announcing the winner.
Nice.
Okay, let's talk for a second here. Okay. Let's see. Anyone have anything here? Okay, so Leonard Toys. So next week they're starting their final warehouse sale. I reported on this a couple months ago. I did want to go to this because it's the final warehouse sale, and I remember seeing like people last year they were pulling carded O-ring figures from like the 90s out and like just throwing them on the table for like face value, and it just seemed like a really great opportunity to go there. Leonard's Decor has a lot of great products that I've enjoyed separately and also to enhance my G.I. Joe collecting over the years. This being the very last year, I really want to go. I think it's by Kansas City. It's far. It was like a 30-hour drive for me.
Yep.
Not doable. I wanted to do it, but so many things got in the way. One of my coworkers is taking all of next week off for a wedding. I've got other things happening, and it's just not going to happen for me. So this is the so before that, I wanted to address this because on the official Leonard page, they did say that from the 1st to the 4th is a special collector's like early bird thing. You could go there, but the official Leonard website says that it starts on like the 4th or something. Like, let me look at the dates real quick. I think it said it starts on the 8th. So someone was posting, or their guy was posting that you could go between the 1st and the 4th, but it's open to the public from the 8th through Christmas, and it's going to be their final sale. So I'm not saying that everything would be gone right away, because they have tons of other toys. It's not just the core stuff.
Right.
And then the word was that the Lennard Amazon store opened recently, which I've reported on several times. The only problem is that they do have the official Lennard Toys, the Core Universe tab on their Amazon store. So this was supposed to like ease all those like distribution woes where no one's finding these products. But they've had this Ultimate Battle Pack and then this jug of little plastic army men. That's the only 2 core items that they've had. All the other stuff that you see on the thing, because Amazon allows third parties, you'll see some other Lennard core stuff, but you can tell the prices are jacked way up, and a lot of stuff's older stuff. So like third party toy stores can sell, and for some reason it lists it with the Lennard, the official Lennard Toys store,
Right.
which makes it confusing. But these are the only 2 products that they have available, and this is I checked every week since the announcement of this, and the word I heard was that after the warehouse sale, we're going to see a lot more product here, and that
Don't hold your breath.
hang in there because things are getting much better. So I've heard this before, and I like the products. I want the products. I mean, look, they even got the Sky Knight on their banner, but it's not available. So these are the things from the warehouse sale. If anyone is going and you want to contact me, let me know, because I'd like to, if you're going, I'd like to get in on some of this. But this is the stuff that I wanted, which was the stuff that they had on their website, the Core Universe stuff, for the last 2 years now. That's the Sky Knight. I really want this plane. I think it looks kind of cool. I would love to get that. TJC, how are you?
That plane is nice.
The Badlands Medic. This one I'm not, I don't love this one. It's cool. But this one, the Gunslinger, I really like. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it could use a paint job and some more, details there, but I get it. And this Batman wannabe Dark Knight motorcycle, that's kind of cool. The Crusher Moto. There's the Rock.
Nice.
They've had this out for years now, in several iterations. It's kind of every time they update the brand, this gets brought along,
Yeah.
They had the Sea Guardian boat, and it looks like it's got like a troop transport in the back, so that's kind of cool too. This stuff's all big box stuff, so if it's at the warehouse sale, I wouldn't want to ship it back, like I think that would be cost prohibitive, to ship it back. And supposedly this stuff's all going to be available on Amazon after the warehouse sale. Fingers crossed. All right. I don't know. But I did see that they were putting stuff like this out. And I don't know if you remember these. This was the Wow Girls, the Lennard Wow Girls. They are 3 3/4 inch. They scale very well with your G.I. Joes. They're not the same construction. They're not O-ring. But the vehicles scale well too. If they were to pull some of these out and they had carded figures alone, or, these carded figures with the vehicles, I would love some of these. So if you're at the sale and you see any of these, hit me up. I will send you money immediately. You could buy up some of these, because I heard about these actually like coming out, and I have some, but I don't have many. As a matter of fact, before I got back into collecting, I had given a bunch of these to like my niece because I thought they were worthless, because I bought them in the 90s as just like background characters. And then I found out they're actually pretty desirable. People like them. If you see something like this, the old O-ring Star Force stuff, this is that tower with the space shuttle. This is the budget Defiant.
Yeah.
I have this toy. It's boxed up, but that tower is cardboard, laminated cardboard, and the red pieces are plastic inserts that you slide the cardboard into. Mine has some. It got folded up improperly a couple times, I guess, or sat on by a kid or something. Because I used to have this, like the kids would play with it, so I need to flatten it out and kind of reconstruct it. But
Yep.
I would love to set this back up again. But if you saw something like this, I'm all over it. Any of the Star Force stuff, I love these.
And
guys.
there's no guarantee any of this stuff will actually be at
Oh
that
yeah.
scale.
This is me saying, if you see this there, this is the kind of stuff. So really anything O-ring. So this is a picture, and this is not O-ring stuff in the picture, but like they brought things like this out, and this was last year. They said they didn't have much, so they went like deep into their archives, and they were like just pulling out whatever they had. If you see
How big is
something
the
like
place where
this-
you lose a pallet of figures? Hold on, let's go dig for a pallet of figures. Oh, here's one.
Yeah.
Is it like the Indiana Jones warehouse?
They were pulling stuff out, man, and people were posting pictures in the Leonard groups of like carded O-ring stuff, stuff with like different language, multi-language cards. So it was like in Russian and stuff, and like they just never sold them. I guess they were just sitting on them. So if you go there and you see something like this with O-ring figures, hit me up, man. I'll send you money. Just send me, as much as I got at the time. Buy that many, because I will take them. I love the O-ring stuff. I love the vehicles from all eras. Their modern figures are not my favorite. Some of them are cool, but I really dig their O-ring stuff. So anyone going, good luck to you. Please let me know. I wish I could have gone, but it's not something that's ever going to happen again, apparently. But we're also going to be in for a big surprise. So big news coming. This is according to the Leonard website, the guy posting on their social media. So he said after the sale, we should see some big changes, and things are coming. Big things coming. So I got my fingers crossed. I don't know. Let's see. What else do we have here? I think that's it. Community contributions. Well, if you didn't know, GOJITRON, who's going to be on Beasties and Baddies tomorrow, sent me some nice pictures. He went toy hunting. So let's go check that out. That's going to be fun. So Carl, where'd you go?
Ocean State Job Lot.
All right. And just another reminder, guys, GOJITRON, this is the GOJITHON. GOJITHON.
It's
Sunday fun day.
Say it 3 times fast.
This morning, GOJITHON.
There you
go. So yeah, this morning we had Sunday Fun Day Creature Talk. Today, right now, is happening in the present. And tomorrow you can check out Beasties and Baddies with Jim Largo. But oh my God, man, you just hit the mother load at Ocean State Job Lot.
Yeah, they're stocking for Christmas, and I knew they would. So they loaded up on some Click and Play and some Leonard. And they've got these beautiful Click and Play sets, 1/18 scale, for $30.
Yeah, that's a
great deal. And there's 2 different play sets.
This is like that Quonset hut, and that relief map that it comes with is so badass. I don't know if you ever seen it, but maybe I could find the Amazon listing and share it. But it's like like a little war table, like a planning map, and it's fantastic. I've seen people use that in their flags. They've pulled it and used it in a bunch of different scenarios. But yeah, this is a great play set. $30, hell of a deal. But it's a big play set. So I know what you're asking. You're going to be messaging Carl. Hey, Goji, can you send me one of them? Listen, it's probably going to cost $20 or $30 to ship that thing to someone.
If not more, with the current shipping rates.
Even if you just stuck the shipping label right on the outside box and mailed it as is, or just wrapped it in paper, it would probably be too expensive. So I got to tell you, if I had an Ocean State Job Lot by me, I'd buy 2 of these easily. I think it's about $90 on Amazon with free shipping. But then you got to think, if you bought it here, it'd be 30 plus at least 20, maybe another 30. So about 60, you know what I mean? So you'd still be saving. I wish they'd show up in a store around me, but I do have a brother that lives real close to an Ocean State Job Lot. If I could convince him to buy one and put it aside for me, that'd be great. This one's really big, right? The other one's not quite as big. That's the
that one's a little bit smaller.
the Battle Command set, but
I think that one's 50 something pieces. This one's 74, and everything comes with figures.
Yeah, this helipad set is a no-brainer for $10.
Yeah.
Come on, you could use this with anything, and I think we're going to see a helicopter. But it even comes with the guy with the vest and the flags. I mean, that is amazing. Look at that. That's worth picking up, man. Did you get any of this stuff, or are you?
I did not. No.
You're kind of
No,
short
I'm
on
not really
space
into
right now.
military stuff. Like if someone's into GI Joe or the
Yeah.
Corps, they can pick this stuff up, customize it. I'm not
Mhm.
into really into that kind of stuff right now, though.
This
Just because
Jeep
I don't have
has-
the room.
Yeah, this Jeep and with the motorcycle, the trailer. I mean, no brainer. Also, this is just good military vehicles, man, and they're well made and definitely well worth it. Yeah. Oh, G4 saying that that's $80 currently on Amazon. So yeah, by the time you have a friend buy it, mail it, it might as well be you just buy the one off Amazon. I mean, I know it's a little different, but these are amazing deals. Yeah, and you know these guys are only in the Northeast, right? So I think they're, you know, I think New Jersey and Pennsylvania were the farthest south that I found any locations. And, you know, I had mixed results when I went, but most of the stuff I was seeing was the leftovers from last year's Christmas buildup. You know, I don't think they get toys in regularly. This Coast Guard helicopter, that's really sweet, man.
Yeah.
What is that, $20?
Yep. Grab that with the helipad. You're all set. And I don't know if it's just Job Lot that's carrying these. There's a bunch of discount chains around the country, so you might find these someplace else.
I just know that
like a
Job
Ross
Lot
or a Marshalls or any place like that.
Yeah, they've been carrying a lot of like the cheaper, like this, you know, if there's tiers to it, like Click and Play is like right there kind of with Leonard and Chap Mei, maybe even a little, you know, arguably different, but then there's like those other ones where, you know, the guys, the paint apps, the paint's on the side of the guy's face or his head squished in and like melty looking.
Yep. A lot of these are like really nice vehicles and really lousy figures. So most people buy these for the vehicles to go with other figures.
And then you even had, so we're breaking, oh my God, wait, hold on. The community is going to just, so we did include some, we're breaking the rules. We're going off the rails here, guys, because I know that I've got a lot of people, just like, you know, Jim Largo was the main reason because I know he's into some of the 1/6 scale stuff. So these are 12-inch figures. Please forgive me for showing dirty off-scale stuff on this stream, but I know it's the 118, but we could support our friends. And but the military snowmobile set here, that's pretty nice, man. For only $20, you get the snowmobile, you get the figure, right, with all the Arctic
with the
gear,
skis, the poles, all that stuff.
The poles. That's really nice. And they've got some on the back there that cross sell. They got a fitness center, World War II field gun, a police officer. I mean, not all this stuff was there, right?
Right.
But
the that was
fitness center's there, yeah. $20, hell yeah. We've got the field gun. That's nice. You also got this sport adventure guy.
Yep.
And then there's like that's the skiing guy, so you could have really nice stuff though. The combat take is 1/18 scale though.
That is, yep.
I thought I had grouped all the scales together and kept them separated, but I didn't. But yeah, this is a great deal as well. I think what were we looking, $25 on this? Awesome.
I think so, yeah.
That combat helicopter though, that like that little bird is such a sweet vehicle, man. So nice.
Yeah, they didn't have everything that was on the cross sell.
Yeah. And then you also saw some Leonard stuff, but this is mostly kind of reissues that we've seen. As a matter of fact, Time Crisis was from like 2018 or 2019. They've moved on to like 2 new rebrandings. Since
I'm not sure if Job Lot's buying old Leonard stock or if they bought a bunch of stock previously and just warehoused it to distribute out for over a few Christmases, maybe.
Yeah,
because it's all the same stuff we've been seeing for the past 3 years.
1/6 scale stuff is giant in your world. Yes, I do the same thing with 112 if it's appropriate. Yeah, make them a giant. Like the dog, nice. Yep. Yeah, that could be easily customized in a Joe Battle Bear. Yeah, awesome. Like the working out doll, nice. Okay, so good. So yeah, we're all not 1/18 scale purists here. We could talk about some other scales every once in a while.
All
You
scales
know,
are welcome.
also 1/6 is kind of in the same realm as 1/18, where it doesn't get all the love. Like everyone's loving 1/12 right now, so all the
Right.
shows are talking about everything on that. And
Mhm.
so I think 1/18 scale and 1/6 scale are kind of like cousins here.
Mhm.
Smoking out back while everyone's enjoying the party inside. um, Lots
These
more
are
of the
back in
Star
stock.
Force stuff. Yeah, I got the bug set and the ATV.
Mhm.
And I don't think they had the pod there, the space vehicle, but you did a great video, right? You got that and
Yep.
enjoyed it. Yeah, I love the bugs, man. They really
Mhm.
knocked it out of the park with those.
Yeah. Definitely going for a Starship Troopers vibe with these.
Yeah, I think they even like some of the language they use to describe them. The giant bug battle or whatever
Yep.
on there is
Mhm.
kind of like directly Starship Troopers
Yep.
ish. Yeah.
They're not being coy
Oh,
about it.
you know what I see? Are those single carded aliens? I never
Yes.
noticed that before.
Yep.
Oh, I don't think I ever saw those. That's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
it's a trooper with like an alien bug that goes over their head. So it's kind of like a face hugger, but it goes over their head like a whole mask, and they control
Okay.
the minds of the troopers.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Those are probably really affordable too. There's probably only like $3 or $4.
Yeah, I think they're $4.
And then more Lenard's the core stuff, but we have seen this stuff over and over. These figures have been reused, these vehicles have been reused. None
Mhm.
of this stuff is new or innovative at all. If it's new to you, then congratulations, cool, they're out in abundance. But geez, am I sick of looking at these? I am. All right. Fish scales are okay, bathroom scales are not. Oh wait, what? All scales are welcome. I'm sorry, and then are fish scales welcome? And then okay, I got it. The scale in your bathroom, got it, got it, got it. Okay, I'm on board now. Sadly, you don't see any of these in your area. Yeah, so I know Ocean State Job Lot just in the United States Northeast. They don't come past like I said. I think the farthest south store was in New Jersey or
Mhm.
in Pennsylvania, right around there somewhere.
Yeah.
And when I was
Ollie's
driving,
also carries well, they did carry a lot of Lenard, but I don't know if that shelf space has been taken over by Marvel Legends now. Ollie's
yeah,
has kind of got the deluge of old Hasbro product now.
they do. And then once again, we've got a couple of their battle pack figure sets. Once again, great figures, great little mini vehicles, but they have been out for like half a decade or more at
Mhm.
this point. Like this stuff used to be on the shelf at Walmart.
These were new, but
Yeah,
no figures with them, just dinosaurs. But if you wanted some articulated
yeah,
dinosaurs, if you have the old Primal Clash, Jurassic Clash figures, they have these
yeah,
out now.
not bad, not bad. I like them. Pretty cool. And then that Jeep is just great. It's for $10. They've reused it multiple times. I've never really loved that strike vehicle too much because it's kind of, I don't know, it's like a shrunk down truck, and
Yep.
the Jeep fits because the scale is right. This
Hmm.
one is like not so much. You just put the figure in through the top, and then there's like a painted windshield. I've seen
Right.
some people customize it, make it better, but it's never been one of my favorites. It's
Hmm.
it's always been one. I think I leave that on the shelf, and I'll usually pick up one of those Jeeps. I probably have a dozen of them at this point. just as, just like it's a consultation. Like I go to Ollie's, I don't see anything good. And I'm like, well, I'm getting one of these Jeeps too.
Yeah.
Like I just buy it just to get
Hmm.
something. Like I'll have a use for that. And then this fire engine, this is kind of
That's a
1/18 scale.
Yeah, it's about 1/18 scale, and there are seats in the front, and those windows are open, so you probably could get a figure seated in there.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. I like that. And these are actually from Click and Play. These 1/18
Hmm.
scale rock crawlers. So
Yep.
guys, if you want to do a cool custom, You could probably even take that body off and slap like a GI Joe vehicle body on it, or just something, even something 3D print it. But you got all the work there, and that's probably only about $20 or $30 for that.
Mhm.
Not bad. Well, thank you, Gojitron. I appreciate you sharing that with us.
I'm always on the lookout.
Yeah, that's great, man. It's just like I wish that was like when I was there, because I would have filled my car with that crap.
Right.
And
Yeah, I know every year around this time they start stocking up, right before Black Friday, right before the
yeah, or if
November sales hit.
you guys know anyone on the East Coast, that could do that, that's great, because TJ Maxx, Ross, they might get some of that stuff. And Big Lots used to carry all of that click and play stuff.
Mhm.
I think it was like 2018 or 2019, right after Christmas. They had a big sale. They did like 50% off all toys. And I remember buying up a ton of those click and play sets and vehicles.
Mhm.
Robert, have a great day, man. Yeah, we're almost done here. We're just wrapping up. So, we'll check in with chat one last time. I think there was one other thing I wanted to bring up, and that was just here we go. T-shirts, guys. If you want a 118 T-shirt, or even for over with Jim Largo, we do the Explore the Lore, the AF3. We have a T-shirt for that. I don't have a Largo's Lair T-shirt yet. Jim said he was working on it. So we're going to add that to the store as well. If you don't know, Jim and I kind of share. We have two separate channels, but we share kind of all our resources. So the idea was that if enough people bought shirts, that we would just use that money to cover our expenses for like StreamYard and stuff like that, or projects for the show. I am not experienced at making shirts, so I think these are serviceable. I am open to any critiques or any input on it.
They look good to me.
This actually came about because someone who watches the show, actually Joe Ricondo, love the guy, he's awesome. But he's been bugging me to make a shirt for a while now, so I made it for him. And that's on I've got a Redbubble shop, and there's a link in the description below. So yeah, if you want to go check it out, sometimes they have sales too, where they these models, you could also get like just a sticker too, if you wanted to buy a sticker, or like they have like much cheaper options too. You don't have to buy a whole shirt, so you could just buy a little thing,
Mhm.
and it could help too. If you don't, that's all right also. I'm not trying to shove it down your throat, but it's appreciated if you can. So thank you guys, and I hope you all have a happy Halloween. And that is it. Let's see if anyone has any questions. Yeah, Ollie's, those his tanks, man, quite a deal. Like I said, my Ollie's only had two. And I've heard of people saying that they're stacked up almost to the ceiling. I probably, at $12.99 each for his tank with a figure, I'd probably get at least four, depending on the budget, maybe more. I mean, there are a lot of variant his tanks that they made out there that these would be great bases to build into those,
Make some of the Red Shadows version
Yeah,
for those
that
Eagle Force
hyena.
figures.
Yeah, the hyena, I think it was called. Two ollies by you. Nice. Sad when I found out the missiles on the Jeep don't fire. And Gojitron, nice. Yep, just saying hi. Merchandise. Yeah, so let's see here. I'd love a Largo's Lair t-shirt. Yes. I just I didn't want to mess up his logo. I have one, but there's like a thing where where I'm trying to put the thing on. So anyway, I was gonna refer to Jim's expertise so he could get the logo just right. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be wearing one of those.
I think Jim has to work out the licensing agreement with Eduardo. They have to
Yeah.
figure out, what Eduardo's cut's going to be.
Yeah, Michael,
Once the
welcome to
contract
the
is
show.
signed.
Yeah, definitely stop at one of those. Happy Halloween from Toy Connections. Great, great live stream. Yes. Yeah, and by the way, Ken just did an awesome video on the history of G.I. Joe 1985. go check it out. There's actually a link to to Ken's channel in the description below if you're not already subscribed, which you probably are. But yeah, thank you. No, thank you, man. Thank you for hanging out. And thank you, John. Have a great day, everyone. Bjorn has a tiger-related question. Okay.
No,
Where's
Bjorn.
this going?
No.
Where's this going? And 86 is next week. Okay, great. And TJC, great stream. Well, you're a great watcher, so I don't know. I can't take compliments. So, yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Carl, for hanging out with me today. Hope you have a wonderful Halloween. Remember, tomorrow it's right after Toy Grinds Live. So if you watch Grinded Jim over on the LARGO'S Lair channel, the show will start right after that.
Yep. Grindhead is 6 p.m. Eastern, and LARGO'S Lair will be 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. And then, yeah, they're doing 1986, the history of G.I. Joe 1986 next week. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Drew. Talk to you soon. Have a great day, everyone. And I know I have an exit on here somewhere.
Make sure you don't eat the unwrapped candy.
Exit.